the Moodle already available, the mandatory reading, which I'm going to go over a little bit in the PowerPoint in just a sec. And your task number 4. Okay, you also have available, you go ahead and share it there. Okay, as you can see here, you have the mandatory reading. It's section of a book that talks about teaching listening skills. Then you have task 4, which is the one that you're going to develop for next week. And you have the glossary and the forum, which were available a while ago. On the glossary, before I go and explain a little bit about the topics of this week, whenever you post an entry, for example, this one, comprehensive input, please go ahead and mention the name of the person that did it. You can go ahead and enter here, edit it, and put your name like Arlene did, like Surkerin did. Okay, so see there are 2 entries, comprehensive input and schemata, it doesn't have an author. So please go ahead and do that. And as well, you can start posting for the forum. Please don't leave it, otherwise you'll forget. Okay, are we clear on that? Please make your faces available, people. Okay, so let's go ahead and go over very briefly on the information that I have for you this week. Hold on just a second. Okay, here we go. Can you see the PowerPoint? Are you able to see the PowerPoint?
Yes.
Okay, so in this unit 2C, it comes from a book called Materials and Methods in ELT. For those of you that don't know what ELT is, English teaching. Okay. Remember that the English is divided in different sections. All those abbreviations that you saw before. So ELT is English language teaching, which is like teaching in general. Okay, not teaching specifically as for a bachelor, but just general language teaching. Okay, so it gives you materials and methods for any level in just basic English. Okay, so some of the topics that you're going to encounter in this mandatory reading is the purpose of listening activities. Remember that listening is a vital language learning because it builds the comprehension that you will acquire in the future. If you don't listen, if you don't have all that listening at the beginning, okay, you are not going to create vocabulary. Okay, so listening exposes learners to authentic language and helps them develop strategies for real life communication. So remember, at the beginning, we are like recorders and recorders just from the input that we get in listening. So this is one of the topics that you're going to find in the text that you have to read. Another one is the type of listening. It gives you a uh, differentiation between two different types of listening. Okay, we have extensive and intensive listening in one side that you have already read about on the previous copies, but this one gives you like a more material about it. Okay, and it also gives you when we listen globally and when we listen for details. In this section, you're going to find out the highlights, when to use each of these listening in order to teach. Okay, when can you use extensive and intensive? When you can use global or detail listening in your uh, listening classes or listening skills. Okay, you're also going to face once again, and I'm going to mention over and over again in the listening section, the different strategies in a listening lesson. Remember, you have the beginning, which is pre-listening, that it activates the background knowledge that you have, and it sets the purpose of your listening activity. So that's what pre-listening does. Then you have while listening, it kind of is the center of your task, of the activity. Okay, it guides you right there to what you have to do in order to develop whatever listening strategy that you're doing, the listening method that you're doing, or the materials that you're using. And then it explains to you once again the post listening, and it focuses on different discussion, reflection, and extension tasks. You don't always need a task for a post listening. It can be just a reflection or a discussion. Another topic you will encounter in this material are the challenges that the learner face uh, when listening. Okay, things like speed of the person that is delivering the listening activity, unfamiliar accent that we have talked about that, the lack of vocabulary, and the difficulty identifying key information. This one, the lack of vocabulary, remember that you have to find listening activities when you're going to teach according to the level of the students that you have. You cannot give them, I mean, you have to introduce the vocabulary little by little. You cannot throw them like a chunk of new vocabulary because they will be lost. Okay. And I hope you can listen. I mean, that's another challenge facing when we have noise in the background. So I hope you can listen to me. And then other things that you will encounter are teaching techniques such as prediction, using visuals, breaking the task in different steps, scaffolding. And one thing that the students never realize is pair and group work. When you do collaborative work, you're always listening. You're always doing that task of listening and speaking. The problem is that you always forget about doing it in the language that you're learning. You're always trying to do it on your mother tongue, which that's why we always tell you try to speak English all the time. And another thing you will encounter is the role of the teacher. Remember that according to the teaching or the type of teaching that you're doing, teachers are becoming more and more just a facilitator, a type of support, a way to give feedback. And as I said, online is one of the ways or the role of the teacher that's just to be a support on the developing of all your tasks. Okay? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, Professor.
Okay, there's so much noise here in my house with the rain. Sorry. Okay, so in essence, the document that you will read provides practical guidance, methodology for designing effective listening lessons, helping learners move from understanding guests to recognizing details and applying strategies for real life communication. So, these topics, the purpose, the types, the stages, the challenges, the teaching techniques, and the roles are the main topics that you're going to find on the mandatory reading. Okay? But on your task, you're going to break it down. How are you going to do that? Let me go over there and show you. Okay, hold on just a second. So what are you going to do with this task number 4? Okay, you will be divided in groups, and here are the groups down here. Each of you, before you meet in your group, you have to read the mandatory reading of the unit 2C. Okay, and if each of you are going to highlight individually first what topic caught your attention. Okay, then as a group, you're going to develop a discussion presentation with your classmates where you will, from the main information that I have already explained, you will find 3 topics that caught your attention or that are new to you. And you have to agree on those 3 topics. Okay? So you read individually, you highlight some of the topics, and then you get together and see which ones you agree on. Okay? Then you're going to present those 3 topics in a discussion, explaining why these topics caught your attention as a group and how they contribute the teaching of listening. Okay? So I don't want you to explain to me the topic again. Okay? I don't want you to tell me the 3 stages of teaching and listening. No. Why and a specific section from what you read caught your attention, and explain why is that important towards listening and why you agree on that specific topic that is important towards teaching listening. Did I explain myself on what I am asking you to do? Yes or no? Can you hear me? Because you seem like blank. Jeremy, you have a question.
Soon as I get what there was September.
Go on.
I was going to say that yes, I understood what there was September when I tried to speak.
Okay. Yeah, there's thunder here too. Turkey, question?
Sure. I have a question. I don't know. In the video, you have to appear and make the discussion at the same time. Before
The
of
four of
each
you,
part.
no, the four of you will be there at the same time.
Okay.
Okay. I want to see when you agree to the topics. So you have to do that fairly quickly and why those topics are important for your group. Okay. So yes, you probably have to do a meet like this one. Okay. Uh, Angeli, question?
No, teacher.
Kerube?
Yes, teacher?
Do you have a question?
No, I don't have it.
Okay. Nathaniel?
I think I'm okay, teacher.
Okay. I hope you're okay. Lester, question?
No, teacher, I want to see the video.
Oh, okay, you came in late. Okay, all right. Okay, so yes, your participation will be between 5 to 15 minutes. Okay, you have to get together. Okay, and you must be able to internalize your own learning. So that's what I want you to mention things, not the same topics that I mentioned, but something within those topics that caught your attention. Okay? You must deliver, remember just the link. Um, Most likely in this case will be better to do it as a team, meet, okay? And as Surkerin asked, the faces of all members must be seen in the discussion, okay? So try to read it sometime before Saturday and get together either Saturday night or Sunday in order to get it done and deliver it because I know that during the week you will not have time and you cannot do it separately. I think this and she thinks that. No, all of you together at the same time. Okay? Uh, Go ahead and everybody deliver their own link, even though it's the same thing. And the task form will be these groups. Okay? If by any chance three of you get together and the fourth person doesn't get together, they don't get a grade. Okay? If two of you get together and you have problems with the other two members of your group, just go ahead and do it with two. Okay? Don't, if you have a problem, leave the rest behind. Okay? That's all I can say. You have to be responsible to get together as a group. And if you don't get the third or the fourth person, if there's only two of you working, just go ahead and deliver the two of you. Okay? So remember, the task is due next Thursday, but try once again to deliver it or do it during the week. Or you can get together on Monday right after my class to do the discussion since you have enough time. Okay, that's another option. But go ahead and get together with, just get in contact with your classmates and decide when you're going to get together. Okay, so everybody complies with the time of the meet. Okay, I'm sorry that I'm like in a rush, but I don't want the electricity to go off or the internet to go off. And as you can see, here is the task to deliver, task 4. And here is the teaching, which is a PDF from the book that I already mentioned. Okay, it's 19 pages, but the text is very big, so it's not that long. Okay? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and post the video right away. So if anybody has a question, go ahead and send me a shot over here, either today or tomorrow, okay? To clarify any other question that you may have. Thank you very much for connecting. I know there's lack of electricity, thunderstorm everywhere. So I appreciate you being here for a little while, okay? Have a good night.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Take care.
Bye, teacher.
Professor, have a good night.
Bye, teacher.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
See you.